Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Mike.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Nate.
And we're here to talk about that most joyous of all Christmas subjects, the Holy Innocents.
Yep, we're here to talk about about children being killed.
And it should be noted, despite our festive clothing, we're against this.
Yes.
And on that note, are you guys wearing the same shirt you were wearing last time?
This is my Christmas shirt.
It's still Christmas.
It is still Christmas. So why are we talking about dead children? Because it's important to understand what Christmas really is. We all love the, just darling images of a, chubby little Jesus in, the manger. They look so cozy and comfy.
Even though straw is not all cozy.
Well, hay is rough. That's why they always show him with this nice fluffy blanket in between him and the hay.
Well, and we always paint the scene to be all quaint and whatnot, forgetting, of course, that they were there because of the cruelty and indifference of people. And
they use all the Instagram, and they use all the filters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, technically, he could have been in the stable versus the inn because it was actually, a more quiet and peaceful place for the family where, the innkeeper was trying to be helpful. But
they had a little privacy.
Yeah.
No.
He may have been trying to be helpful, but he didn't, in the very least, by all records, he didn't necessarily word it the best way.
They're laying our blessed Savior in a feeding trough. There's no way you can spin this that it's the good thing.
Well, it has great symbolism.
It's good for us. Well, he can't. He was in the house of bread.
Yes.
He's the bread of life, and he was born in the house of bread and laid in a feeding trough. Come on. How clear does the Eucharistic imagery have to be? But we have to remember what Christmas really is. The world hates Jesus. The world despises him. Yes, we have all of the cute little images of the baby Jesus, and that's as fine as it goes, except it lulls us into, forgetfulness of the fact that Herod was so opposed to the birth of the Lord that he was willing to wipe out all the children, all the male children born within a 2-year period in Bethlehem, just to try to get Jesus.
No. He also was willing to wipe out all the male children in his family line. So, I mean, at least these are strangers' kids, which makes it bad, but,
yes.
Compared to, I'm going to kill my own son, it seems,
Yes, empirically speaking.
As Augustus Caesar said, it's better to be Herod's dog than Herod's son.
Yes.
Yeah. Empirically speaking, Herod was a monster.
Yes, but Herod's not unique.
No, you're right.
We're all monsters. Herod had the power to put it all into practice. What most of us just have to hold in our heart when somebody cuts us off in traffic, Herod had the absolute ability to do whenever he wanted.
And the willingness to follow through. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
I mean, I would just like to say I've never wanted to murder a baby. Now, at 2, they're getting those toddler ages where you're like, why are you sticky and asking 20 questions? And where did you get pudding?
And please, would you lay down and just shut up?
So, yes, it can seem a little jarring because, there's all the work of Advent and then, yay, Christmas! And then, okay, St. Stephen's Day, yay!
Good King Wenceslas.
Good King Wenceslas went out on the feast of Stephen. And then there's there's John the Apostle. Great stuff. And then the next day, holy smokes, man. It's the Holy Innocents. It seems a little jarring, but it's because the church wants us to remember that the world hasn't always welcomed Jesus. And the world only welcomes Jesus when he's conformed to their image, when he's just a teacher whose, harder teachings we can ignore whenever they clash with our particular predilections. But that's not who Jesus is. Jesus is the King. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
And realistically, the way Herod saw him was the right way to look at him.
Oh, Herod absolutely recognized, yes, Jesus is an existential threat to me.
Herod recognized that whoever this new king is, if I don't, do something about it, everything that I hold dear is out the window. Now, in fairness, I think given that this is a man who is perfectly willing to kill his own children, maybe most of that stuff should have gotten thrown out the window. But when you read about the New Testament, read in the New Testament, there were all these people who knew what they thought Jesus was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. They expected the conquering king. Quite often we hear about, but that's not, we hear the story but that's not who Jesus was. But actually, it totally was. Mm-hmm. It just, they had the right idea. They just had the wrong implementation.
They were thinking way too small.
Well, they were thinking a king like all the other kings they'd ever known, working in a physical world like they lived in, and they didn't realize he's a conquering king. He's coming to change everything.
Listen, there's a lot of prophecies, and a lot of them seem weird. I mean, just Isaiah alone. There's lions, there's lambs, there's people over here and over. It's a lot of stuff, and they're like, all right, we have to put this all together. What does this mean? Destroy Rome? Destroy Rome!
And make no mistake, in the fullness of time, the Lord did destroy Rome. Because the church is the prolongation of the incarnation, and the successor of Peter is still there. The successor of Caesar is long gone.
Well, I mean, the Caesars had the same problem as Herod. I mean, if you kill so many of the people that are supposed to be in charge after you, you got a very slim pickings.
But the Holy Innocents stands as a reminder to us that, yes, Christmas is a joyous celebration, but it's tinged with tragedy because the world doesn't want to hear the message of Jesus. And so today, we honor the first Christian martyrs who didn't knowingly die for the Lord, but died for him all the same.
Yes, and I feel like according to the rules of our state in life and situation, that we then have to add the fact that, it also is an opportunity for all those people who are, mourning, actual family members. It's okay to cry during Christmas. We have this feast day that's really like the most depressing one I can think of.
Yeah. Think how, yes, I can't even imagine what holy innocence must be for anyone who's lost a child, because Jesus is here to wipe away our tears, which means we're going to cry in this life.
There's going to have to be tears for him to wipe away.
There's going to be pain.
I mean, even in the New Testament, they point to the Old Testament prophecy of Rachel's tears. Mm-hmm. Which back then they didn't think it was a prophecy. They're like, we're talking about a thing. They're like, nope, it's going to happen worse in the future.
This literally happened. Yeah, and it's going to literally happen again. Ah, dang it.
Darn it.
Mm-hmm. So, say a prayer if you can. Maybe you already went to Mass today. We're still in the octave of Christmas. And, maybe listen to Coventry Carol a few times. That's a really sad and depressing song. Mm-hmm. Yay, it's sad and depressing.
I don't know. When you said you were talking about, Christmas and death, I assumed we were discussing labor union fights during the turn of the century in Upper Michigan and the most depressing Christmas song about 75 dead people.
Oh, no. That's a much happier, depressing song.
How did that one miss the thing from...
Because that's a good Christmas song.
It's recounting a historic event. And although, as it was a folk singer about a thing with labor unions, he's a bit slanted in his opinion, but even neutral people have went and said, yeah, that was probably, a lot of stuff going on to make the strikers stop. They just didn't plan on killing all those children and women.
Exactly. Yeah. But they died the same they did. So comment below with your favorite weird aspect of Christmas. Give this episode a like. Subscribe to our channel. Ring the silver bell to be notified when the next episode is uploaded. Continue to have a very Merry Christmas. And until next time,
remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.